in the business. It's the Dazzler against Danny Noppert for a place in the World Championship final. The stakes could barely be higher, so let's head over to the big stage and our little MC. It's all yours, Richard Ashdown.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 2017 BDO World Championships. It's semi-finals day here at the home of World Darts, the Lakeside. We now introduce to the stage, playing his third Lakeside World Championship semi-final, the reigning BDO World Trophy Champion. It's the Dazzler, Darryl, Fitton! We now bring to the stage a man playing in his first Lakeside World Championship semi-final. The number 3 seed, the reigning Scottish Open and German Open champion. From the Netherlands, Noppie, Danny Noppert!
You could literally feel the Lakeside floor reverberating under that techno. Fitton against Noppert, live after the break on Channel 4.
He's playing his third semi-final, but on the basis of the darts they've thrown so far this week to get here, you have to make the Dutchman favourite. His average is a lot better, basically because his finishing is a lot better. Nobody's missed as many darts at a double as Darryl.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. First set, first leg. It's Danny to throw first. Game on.
But Paul, he scores so heavily, nobody throws as many darts at a double as Darryl.
Took the words right out of my mouth, Vassos. 146 attempts at a double this week. I don't think anybody's had that many. My memory serves me right, but the key here really is these guys can score, get chances,
57.
Who's going to take them? And on the evidence, Vassos, you're right, Danny Noppert wins.
Mind you, there's been a calm sort of certainty around Darryl Fitton this week, which I haven't always felt when I've talked to him during World Championship week. We are going to get a first-time finalist, whoever wins this. In fact, we're going to get 2 of them. Neither Glenn Durrant or Jamie Hughes has been that far before. They play later tonight. But let's concentrate on this one, shall we? Noppert with the darts in the first leg of the semi-final. It's the first to 6 sets.
It's good for the game, isn't it, to see new people making semi-finals and finals.
45.
But sometimes the form book doesn't lie, and Darryl Fitton is the outsider of all 4, because the other guys
100.
were scheduled to make it this far.
I can't remember the last time we had seeds 1, 3 and 4 all through to the semi-finals. Darryl Fitton is the 10th seed. Up against the 3rd seed, Danny Noppert, the 26-year-old, less than half his age, from the Netherlands. Come on then, fill it up.
125. Danny, you require 156.
Well, his opponent took out some big shots last night, but he in turn has taken his own out in this tournament so far. His best so far was a 164 against his friend Richard Venstra.
140. Darryl, you require 123.
Treble 18 for Bull to nick this first leg of the semi-final. One dart at bullseye, first to a double.
98. Danny, you require 60.
We had an opportunity for that leg. Danny Noppert's also got one. Looks pretty good to me. Hasn't moved, so you can obviously see it. You can see enough of it for the first leg.
Danny Noppert. Second leg, it's Darryl throwing first.
First leg goes with the darts. Darryl Fitton has averaged around about 89 in his 3 matches so far, with a checkout percentage of 29. Noppert here averaging 95 and hitting 39% of his doubles.
45.
That right there is why he's favourite.
Well, we looked at obviously the ladies' game, which concluded with a Lisa Ashton win. If we went by paper, Lisa Ashton won 3-0. If we went this way,
58.
it'd be maybe a little bit closer. However, Noppert would still win. But there's a lot of things to consider. First semi-final, first Lakeside. He's obviously over those initial nerves.
100.
But Darryl Fitton, in the back of his mind somewhere, be it large or small, will be thinking, I really want to make my first final.
139.
Lost in the semi-finals of 2005 to Raymond van Barneveld. And lost to his best mate Tony O'Shea in 2009. Is this the first maximum of this semi? No, not quite. Last dart landing a little short.
Mr. van Barneveld has broken a few hearts on that stage over the 25 odd years that he's been playing. Is it time for Darryl Fitton to break some hearts?
180.
No question about who the crowd want to win, the majority of them firmly in the Dazzler's corner.
100.
Well, Danny Noppert is going to have to get used to these kind of atmospheres, because the biggest events take place in the UK.
2 18s. Must finish well, you think, if he's going to stand a chance of winning
30.
this. And he's given a chance
Danny,
away.
you require 160.
I feel it's those kinds of finishes he's going to have to take, because Noppert's been cleaning up better than a top-line vacuum this week.
60. Darryl, you require 36.
Double 9. Uh-oh. Big dart already, really.
27.
Oh, it's horrible.
Danny,
Double 9 is horrible.
56.
Such a difficult switch from double 18 to double 9. This is a better one. He's been doing it all week. And he really does like double top and double 12, Danny Noppert. We have found that out about him. And I expect through the course of this fixture, we'll see a lot of him at the top of the board. A lot of people in the game didn't know anything about Danny Noppert this time last year. Around about the time Scott Waits was winning this title,
125.
if you'd have said the words Danny Noppert to anybody, they would have said Danny who? A few weeks later, he makes the Dutch Open final. He then goes on to win the Scottish Open. and then everybody's talking about him.
100.
And they're still talking about him.
Will we be talking about him tomorrow afternoon? Or will we be talking about Darryl Fitton?
96.
We've seen those early double jitters from him, though. 6 darts at a double from the Dazzler, and he's missed the lot. That's why he's 2 legs down.
100.
Well, sentimental stories on that stage. There are a few of them. Obviously, when Van Barneveld got his first world title, we saw him crying, which was a great sporting moment. The first Wolfeat win in 07 against Phil Nixon, what a final that was. But they're all eclipsed by 04, when Andy Fordham lifted that trophy. And he actually took out Barneveld in the semi-finals and beat Mervyn King.
That semi-final, possibly the match of all time on the Lakeside stage.
It's definitely up there for me. My favourite game of all time was on the stage in 1992 between Phil Taylor and Mike Gregory. I remember watching that with my family at home, thinking, I don't want this game to end. My parents did, because they wanted me to go to bed.
This is for the set. 12 for tops, for the set, for Danny Noppert in double quick time.
15.
Go on then, Darryl.
Darryl require 164.
This would raise the roof. 2 treble 19s, needed the first one. Did hit a 170 yesterday. Has the $5 grand prize for the high checkout of the week.
Danny, you require 20.
Double 10. Easy as that. First set, Noppert. Ominous stuff.
First leg, it's Darryl to throw first.
Steady set. Averaging just shy of 89, but if he's going to be troubled in this semi-final, Darryl Fitton has got to up his game pretty quick and take his chances.
Fitton fans will console themselves with the fact that that was merely a set with the darts for the Dutchman. Doesn't want to be falling 2 down, though. We wondered, didn't we, just before we came on air for the semi-final, whether Noppert would show some nerves. Doesn't look like he is.
Doesn't look like it to me either.
100.
Feels comfortable. And when you play big events like the Dutch Open in front of big crowds, you get used to the white noise around you. And to people out there who want to get better and want to grace this stage,
100.
best advice I can give you is play in front of as many people as you can possibly do, because you do get used to it and it does help.
Is this maximum number 2 for Darryl Fitton?
140.
Not quite.
The way he usually scores, with those 2 in there, it's like missing an open goal. He will be disappointed, but
100.
he's going to have to go for this 127 now, Vassos.
127.
Needs something to get him going. Treble 17, double 8. Single 17 would leave the bullseye, but it's double 8 for a 127 and his first leg of the match. Yes! That'll do it!
Second leg, Danny throwing first.
Lakeside on their feet. Fitton on the board.
It's that old thing, isn't it? You've got 3 in your hands for 1 double, it gets hard. If you've got 127 left, it's easy. Strange old game, this darts malarkey.
What is it with Darryl and his doubles? Does he overthink them?
I think we all do at some point in our careers. But Darryl's always had the reputation as a huge scorer. But missing doubles, it's something that sticks with you. When you've won tournaments, you think you're invincible, but when you've lost events and lost games where you've missed crucial doubles, it can creep into your psyche.
100.
And maybe that's what it's done with Darryl over the last couple of years, but we can't forget he won the world trophy. In order to do that and take out an incredible run of Peter Mason last year, he played great.
Also won the Luxembourg Open last year, Darryl Fitton. Danny Noppert
91.
won 3 ranking titles. And he's on a finish. The big finish.
85.
Trying to pickpocket his opponent of
170.
£2.5 grand if he can hit this.
Still will do it. Little sigh of relief from Darryl, I think, as if to say, right, well, I want to try and win this leg now that you are letting me have my £5 grand for now.
140 would help here.
100. Danny requires 72.
We think that was Marge Simpson on the left. Double 12 to level the set for Danny Noppert. Big adjustment to double 6.
Game shot on the second
No
leg.
mistake.
Danny Noppert. Third leg, Darryl throwing first.
Good doubling so far from Noppert, 50%, as opposed to an unfortunate 14% for Fitton. You feel that has to change. He's going to turn this match into a winning situation. At the moment, he's chasing Noppert and he doesn't want to be there.
$60.
The one good thing about reaching the semi-finals for
41.
Darryl Fitton is it means he definitely gets back here next year. All 4 semi-finalists invited back. So it means he can play a little bit less, spend a bit more time with the family next year. That's Noppert's first maximum. And the crowd on their feet, very fairly cheering both players. Love Darryl to win.
61.
It's big ranking points for getting this far. They obviously want more, but that little cushion of knowing that you're coming back to Lakeside next year, it's such a great thing for these players because they can plan so far in advance. And maybe a part of the year where they think, you know what, I'm a bit tired, I might want to take this event off. They can have that
82.
luxury.
Family Fitton watching on, there is Crystal.
$140.
But he's struggling to score in this particular leg, Darryl. Looks like he might get broken.
70.
And it looks like
Danny requires 61.
Danny Noppert may be racing into a 2-set lead. Double 18, 2 darts for a 2-1 lead in this second set. Double 9.
Game shot on the third leg.
It's
Danny Noppert.
metronomic on the doubles from the Dutchman.
Well, he's keeping the crowd quiet. You see that lovely dip in the air of the Noppert dart.
Fourth leg, it's Danny
Wasn't
to throw
scared of that
first.
double 9 either.
Game on.
In that situation, sometimes you think to yourself, shall I go for it? He did, wasn't afraid, just got it hit and got rid of the leg.
Has the darts. This is for a 2-set lead.
140.
If I was in the Fitton camp down there in the auditorium, I'd be getting very worried.
139.
Because I think that word metronomic, it's one of my favourite words in the English language. I think it describes a lot of great players. But Noppert just doesn't look like missing right now. He's in a pretty good place up there.
100.
Jessica and Josie, either side of Crystal. And as you say, worrying times.
100.
Noppert will come back with 161 for a 2-set lead. Still early stages. This is the first of 6 sets, remember, but he is, we've learnt this week, a very decent front runner.
Danny, you require
Our third seed.
161.
Absolutely right, Bassos. He did it to another veteran England international yesterday evening in a pulsating contest. Especially when Waits came back into the match with some heavenly finishing. But Noppert was up to the challenge.
82.
He blitzed the last set. Really great darts, but like you say, front runner, yeah, he's happy with that.
He's won 3-1, 4-0 and 5-3. Darryl could do with this last one in. And oh, what a throw!
Danny,
Room for 6 more in there, but is it too little too late? This is for the set. 20 for tops for Danny Noppert and a 2-set lead. It's under pressure with Darryl Fitton on 24. Pressure.
Danny Noppert.
What pressure? This 26-year-old seems immune to it. The 3rd seed has lost just 1 leg, and that was to a 1-2-7 finish. Plenty for Fitton to ponder as he walks off stage. It's Noppert 2, Fitton 0.
Well, a couple of ton 80s for Fitton and a 1-2-7 checkout, but it's all about the young Dutchman at the moment. He has a sizable early advantage. Remember, they're both on the hunt for a first appearance in a world final. Well, Darryl Fitton lost to a Dutchman on his first Lakeside semi 12 years ago. On that occasion, it was Barney en route to a 4th title. Is history going to repeat itself, or can the Dazzler come back? Let's rejoin Vassos and Paul.
Well, it's very interesting if you look at the averages, because Danny...
Well, Darryl Fitton lost to a Dutchman on his first Lakeside semi 12 years ago. On that occasion, it was Barney en route to a 4th title. Is history going to repeat itself, or can the Dazzler come back? Let's rejoin Vassos and Paul.
Well, it's very interesting if you look at the averages, because Danny Noppert is very consistent. What he does, he plays to a level averaging in the mid to high 90s. That's his game, he says. That's what I'm going to do. And if you can beat it, fair play to you. But it puts an awful lot of pressure on your opponent when you know you're going to average 96 as he is today and checking out 40 or 50%. Darryl Fitton with it all to do then. 2 sets down in a race to 6.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. 3rd set, first leg, Danny to throw first. Game on.
Has he got it in him?
We're about to find out. But if these guys look at their statistics through the course of the entire tournament, when they go home,
140.
what's going to happen is they're going to find out what's gone wrong and what's gone right. Fitton's through, give or take, about 30 more shots at a double, but he's hit a lot less doubles. Fitton's scoring's been decent, but Danny Noppert's has been better. If Danny Noppert produces this kind of darts for the next few years, he's going to win a lot of titles, not just away from the cameras, but on them as well.
It's great to have a level like that that you know more often than not, you're going to play to.
I think with a few exceptions, this is exactly what he's been doing through the course of the last 12 months. Obviously, he didn't have a tremendous World Masters. He had a bit of a day off
92.
there. But he's been able to wipe that defeat under the carpet and just absolutely stride in here again, the same stage, and say, you know what, that was a day off. Let's play properly.
96. Danny, you require 129.
This is what I do. This is what I average. Catch me if you can. On to a finish first. Treble 16 for double 12 is the likely route. Not a big miss.
89.
With Fitton on 281.
I don't think he's going to mind, Vassos, that you compared it with Leonardo DiCaprio there. The catch me if you can thing, but it's a great way to analyse his game. Catch him, can you, Darryl?
Game shot on the first
And
leg.
those two misses.
Danny Noppert. Second leg, Darryl.
Completely academic. They'll be added to the stats, but he was getting closer and closer, and he took it out when he needed to. Fitton, in fact, wasn't on a finish. And it is one-way traffic at the moment.
What Danny Noppert also understands is the fact that in the grand scheme of things, there is no difference in a match between a 13 and a 15 darter. It's 5 visits to the board. Doesn't matter as long as you get it in the 13th, the 14th, or the 15th dart.
And if you can take out a leg in 15 darts and you've got the darts, it means your opponent has to throw a 12 darter to break you.
140.
Very difficult to do that, and you've got to score heavily to get a 12 darter. You really got to find yourself on between 81 and 121 after 9.
83.
That requires a couple of really big scores and a settler score like a ton or a ton 40. And Darryl's just not getting the opportunities in this game that he was in previous ones.
140.
This is better though. 181 after 9.
58.
6 darts from 181. You feel he has to take this out. He has to win this leg. He has to get a foothold in the match.
140.
Nice visit. The Viking approves.
He knows how to beat a Dutchman in the semi-final. He did it 13 years ago.
Just produce, in Barney's words, darts from a different planet. That's all you need to do, Darryl.
Not much then.
Darryl, you require 41.
9 for double 16. To level the set then.
Game shot on the second
That's
leg.
more like it.
Darryl Fitton. Third leg, Danny throwing first.
To be fair to him, he's hit his last 2 doubles.
Very well put by Sos, because the ones before really don't matter anymore.
100.
Arguably, all of the ones that he's hit don't matter anymore, because it's all about the ones that you can give yourself in the future. But it will give him confidence, and he will know that the last 2 have gone in.
Well, we mentioned Danny Noppert saying, I'm going to average in the mid to high 90s. Catch me if you can. Well, Darryl, we know, is capable of averaging north of 95, 96.
100.
His Lakeside high is an average of 101 against Gary Robson a few years back. This is better for the Fitton clan. Sarah there, Crystal in the middle, and Michelle applauding.
There's not many people who have graced this stage and had a ton plus average.
97.
Darryl's obviously one of those, so he likes it up there.
There's John Locken, the Dutch team manager. He's one of the minority of Noppert fans in Lakeside this afternoon.
He sounds like he's the lead singer of the Dutch Sex Pistols. But then again, the Sex Pistols weren't techno. So I guarantee you he probably doesn't like them.
67 left after 12 darts. Like you say, it's really difficult to break.
Requires 67.
Somebody playing this consistently. 10 for tops. For a 2-1 lead.
47. Darryl, you require 108.
Big chance. Still possible. Treble 17 in a bullseye will give him the leg. Not going to be, because Noppert is going to come back.
84.
More than likely going to clean it up.
Danny, you require
But you never know.
20.
Come on, he says to himself. He
Game
knows he has
shot
to
on
hit
the
it,
third
and
leg. Danny Noppert.
he does hit it.
Fourth leg, it's Darryl to throw first.
You've got to say,
Game on.
it's very impressive from the 26-year-old third seed. Especially as we didn't know who he was this time last year.
He's just ambling around that stage, sometimes like a lost child. Double 10. He wanders towards the table. The crux of it is he's just playing better at the moment than Darryl Fitton.
I wonder if someone shouted in the crowd. He's looking very cross. Towards the left-hand side of the hockey. Someone shouted as he was throwing, because the visit of 33 is not what he wanted. This is sensible. Just regather his composure.
I wonder if the person with the squeaky toy is back that Martin Adams was talking about the other day.
140.
Well, the visit of 33 wasn't punished by Danny Noppert, only a 60 from the Dutchman. So Fitton still has the advantage in this leg, a leg you feel he really must win.
100.
And then actually find a way to break. But first things first.
It does make you wonder, why would you upset someone who is of Darryl Fitton's size and stature
134.
when he's got 3 pointy things in his hand? Not very smart.
Just checking what's remaining. Fitton, a glance over to his left. There's a scoreboard there.
58.
Would have hoped for better. Big visit here, and Noppert becomes favourite to win leg and set.
99.
Well, a lot of people would have gone bullseye there to leave
36.
something like 96 or 71. Noppert likes it. Look at that 102, and he's going to get a look at it now. How much pressure is he going to be under?
46.
Not a great deal.
Danny, you require
It's a battle
102.
of the mid-range finishes now.
Treble 14 would have left tops. So, Darryl,
54.
what have you got?
Darryl, you require 90.
Two single 20s leaves bull, or a treble will leave him double 15. It's going to be double 15. Is he going to be aggressive? Yeah, of course he is.
Darryl Fitton.
First set, we're going to a cider. So here we go. Third set. Winner takes all in this one.
But Noppert has the darts, and he's in no mood to be broken.
23.
Fitton, by the way, has hit his last 3 doubles. Unfortunately for him, they've come over 9 legs.
25.
And that is not what he wanted. And a leg he has to win to avoid going 3 sets down.
And he definitely didn't need that, because he's not thrown first in this leg either.
60.
It's hard enough. But when your opponent has gone off with a ton plus and you started with 25, makes it very difficult.
Well, there's room in the middle, isn't there?
140.
All he's doing at the moment is keeping pace, just about, with Danny Noppert. He needs to do more, but will he be given the chance? It doesn't look like he will.
140.
More metronomic darts from Noppie. Not on a finish yet. Come on then, Darryl.
180.
That 25 start has been consigned to the memory bank now. But Noppert still in control. A 140 here leaves him a double.
100.
But that's okay.
Darryl, you require 156.
Yes, it's still on. Another treble 20 for double 18 to steal the set and raise the roof.
Game shot on the third set. Darryl Fitton.
How about that? There's life in this semi-final yet.
First leg, it's Darryl to throw first. Game on.
Wow.
possibly the best 6 consecutive darts of this tournament so far. Just when he needed them, he able to summon it up from somewhere and produce some absolute magic. And Danny Noppert thinks, not again.
180, 156 to break from nowhere.
100.
He started with 25, Vassos.
And he didn't have the darts.
You take a bow, Darryl. That was some sort of recovery in that leg.
58.
Sometimes you've just got to sum it up from somewhere in your gut and say, you know what, I can do this. And that really did lift everybody off their seats here at Lakeside. Stunning finish.
60.
Everybody's still smiling here. Still enjoying what they just saw. That was darting drama at its very best.
Well, that person who put him off has probably spurred him on. Since then, he's done things right.
100.
And unfortunately for Fitton, if he hits this 170 finish again, he doesn't get another bonus.
He does get another leg, though. He will be back.
82.
I wonder how Danny Noppert reacts to that, because that was a huge blow. From 3-0, in all honesty, this semi-final was as good as over.
57. Darryl, you require
9 times out of 10, anyway. All of a sudden, Darryl Fitton's feeling it. Tops he wants.
48.
We think Chris Corstefine, Charlie Corstefine, the referee, miscounted.
39.
So I think he has tops
Darryl, you
left.
require 40.
Yes, that's right. Tops he needs.
Game shot on the first leg. Darryl Fitton. Second leg, it's Danny to throw first. Game
Fitton
on.
won't care. The referee tells him what to hit, he gets it hit, he wins the leg. Just that simple.
140.
So just have a look at this. Darryl Fitton missed his first 7 darts at a double.
140.
But he's hit his next 5. We saw a 1-2-7 at the start of the second set. That's brilliant from Noppert. Brilliant from both players. What a good leg this is. 140, 140, 180, 180!
It's just like that song, it's getting hot in here. What a leg of darts this is. Who's going to win this? Beautiful, beautiful use of the guides for that 180, and needed that to stay in the leg.
Well,
Danny, you require 86.
this is for an 11-dart leg. 18 for bullseye. He'll feel he needs this.
61. Darryl, you require
Fitton
81.
would definitely like this one. Single 12 leaves bullseye. That leaves double 13. Has a little reshuffle.
55.
So close.
Danny, you require 25.
Is he going to go 1 double 12? Yes, he is. 2 darts at double 12 to level the set. This is 1.
13.
This is 2. Bends the wire. Fitton with a chance to go 2 legs clear in the 4th set.
Game shot on the
A chance he
leg.
takes.
Darryl Fitton.
Suddenly, all the momentum is with the Dazzler.
Third leg, it's Darryl to throw first. Game on.
And for frankly the first time all week, Danny Noppert is under pressure. We're going to see how he reacts to that in the next few minutes.
The first time in this match, the crowd are well and truly involved in this match, and Darryl Fitton is the conductor because it's his brilliance on stage that's got them shouting.
$100.
That was the double 13 after Noppert missed 2 darts at double 12. But no question about the moment of the match so far as Darryl lines up another maximum. It was the 156 checkout at the end of the 3rd set. Noppert waiting on a double, thinking, I'm about to go 3 sets up. But then thinking, hang on, what's he doing here? Those are both in. Which left a double 18 for the 156.
57.
No mistake.
19 times out of 20. He just comes back for that double and hits it. But Darryl Fitton with a bit of brilliance. You never know in this game. You can just pull that out when you need it sometimes. You can just lift your entire mood. And it seems to have done that for Fitton, because since then, he's been the better player.
He has the darts. 208 points away from levelling the match.
60.
$140 would be very handy here for Noppert, and that's what he gets.
140. Darryl, you require 148.
Can't be done now. So Noppert with a chance to break back.
58. Danny, you require 76.
It's a pretty easy looking finish, especially when you hit the treble 20 first.
Game shot on the 3rd.
Easy, he made it look.
Danny Noppert
Gets him back in the set. A crucial break.
4th leg, it's Danny to throw first.
So now he's got
Game
the opportunity to hold, potentially upset Fitton in this set. It was all Fitton, and now Noppert with a bit of brilliance. He's got himself back in this contest for the 4th set.
Those are the with the darts percentages. Noppert's been broken twice.
96.
Darryl 3 times.
Those statistics for the Martin Adams against Jamie Hughes match were bordering on ridiculous.
140.
They broke each other constantly through that match. I think their hold percentages at one point were in the 30%.
120.
Unlucky. Yeah, that was going in, wasn't it?
Unfortunately, just flicked the front flight. As you can see with Darryl's darts, they're tapered at the end. And I don't think that happens to him as often as other people, because the taper at the end means there's less for the flight to deflect on.
Very steady leg of darts, better than steady from Danny Noppert. 1-2-1 remaining after 3 visits. Treble 17 for Bull for a 12 darter.
96.
And to take us into a decider. So,
Darryl, you require 151.
156 in the back pocket. How about a 151? Still on. Treble 17. Switch to 14s now and put the Noppert 25
Danny, you require
under a bit of pressure.
One for double 12. Absolutely right it is. This is his route. He's double 6 again.
13.
Hasn't worked for him. He hasn't hit double 12 yet in 4 attempts. So this is to level the match. 2 darts at tops for Fitton.
Set darts have come and gone. Danny Noppert returns now for double 3. Good shot.
On the fourth leg.
Really good shot.
Danny Noppert.
Boy, did he need that. Because otherwise he was going to lose a set, in my opinion.
Throw first. Game on.
Darryl will feel he should have already won this set and be walking off stage level at 2 sets apiece. But he has the darts.
100.
He holds here. He does level the match.
We talked with Danny Noppert's match against Scott Waits that they were both using black darts. Darryl Fitton's using a very snazzy looking copper field colour.
96.
And some very snazzy gold points as well, which you can see blingy in the board.
100.
As you can see with the gold points, it's very evident where the dart is landing.
58.
Not so evident with the black points. If it hits the black segment, you can see where that point is.
91.
Quick before it falls out. Steady start to the leg from Darryl Fitton. Ton 91.
140.
Nothing in it.
Questions about people's bottle are going to get answered now.
100.
That's bottle.
Right there, that last dart. The definition of bottle. But Noppert
140.
also has plenty.
So we require 110.
For the set.
110 is a great little finish, but he might stay there, Vassos. It was such a good dart, it was almost too good.
58.
So Noppert, from 2-0 down in this set,
67.
can steal it and go into the break 3-1 in front.
One dart at double top to steal the set.
27.
A long way north.
Darryl, you require 52.
He's missed 2 set darts. He should have 2 more. First things first. Oh, he has missed. So just 1 dart at double 12. Oh, it's all he needs! We are all square! Darryl Fitton from 2 sets down produced a finish that will live long in the memory. A 1-5-6 to steal the 3rd set. He's just crept over the line in the 4th. We're all square. It's 2 sets all.
A ton 80 followed by a 156. Darryl is dazzling here, and we are all square after 4. Well, Fitton's finishing made a difference yesterday. A ton 70 against DeVos, that 156 against Noppert. How crucial could that be? And here's an interesting statistic for you. Danny Noppert has not been behind at any stage for any length of time so far in this tournament. Darryl is beginning to ask the questions. Let's get back to your commentary box.
You took the words right out of my mouth, Rob. I was just going to say, if Darryl Fitton can win the first leg of this set, Noppert will be behind for the first time all championship. 3-1 winner against Dave Cameron, front running in round 1. A 4-0 winner, losing just 2 legs against his good friend Richard Veenstra in the 2nd round, and he beat Scott Waits 5-3 last night in the quarterfinals.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. 5th set, first leg. It's Danny to throw first. Game on.
So, Darryl Fitton with a chance
180
to make Danny Noppert trail for the first time, but that's not a bad start after the break, after losing 2 sets in a row from the Dutchman, the 3rd seed. Fitton Responds in kind. Oh, more of the same, please. This is brilliant.
Well, Fitton's not going to let him go, is he?
100.
One of the things to take into consideration as well, the fact that Danny Noppert finished his game late last night against Scott Waits, and a pretty quick turnaround.
57.
Well, that double 12 was to level the match. And his reaction spoke 1,000 words. He tries to keep his feelings
74.
hidden, you know, Darryl Fitton. Oh, did he enjoy it?
Well, I don't know about you, Vassos, but I would not want to be on the end
95.
of that right hook.
Danny, you require
That's a pretty good
147.
chopping right from the inside. I think John Rawling would agree.
He's left himself on 169 here, Darryl.
131.
He's a little careless. But Noppert, with double 8 when he comes back, has been all over this leg.
137.
Proper leg of darts, this.
Danny, you require 16.
Both on doubles after 12. Will Noppert close it out? Yes, he
Game
will.
shot on the first leg.
Quality leg of darts.
Danny Noppert.
First one after the break.
Second leg, it's Darryl to throw.
Impressive.
First. Game on.
Still, he's not been behind all week. Darryl beat an out of sorts Wouter Vaas 3-0. Way back on
99.
Saturday afternoon. Pip Blackwell was dispatched 4-1 in the second round. And a terrific contest with Geert de Vos, the Belgian, in the semi-finals yesterday.
100.
Darryl just about came through at 5-4, but needed a 170 checkout along the way. And he was 7 darts deep into a potential 9-darter.
The Vaas game feels like an eternity
100.
from now. It really
Feels like
ages
last
ago.
year's World Championship,
It really
doesn't it?
does, yeah. So much has happened since then. Maybe that's just my Lakeside inexperience. My first time here.
93.
It's been brilliant. Paddy High campers. Hope they're having a good time.
$47.
Interesting thinking from Noppert there. 308 usually signifies going for a treble 18 first. Single 18 and 2 treble 20s leaves a finish, but he went for the 20s. Had a slip but recovered well in the treble 19s.
Needs a big visit here, Darryl Fitton.
60.
Doesn't get it. Noppert has nicked the darts.
Well, earlier in the week, Danny Noppert was walking around just below our commentary box area here, just around Lakeside, and he was barely being recognised by anybody.
96.
Now he can't walk anywhere. He was walking around with his Netherlands team jacket on, with a lot of pride, speaking to his friends and his coach and team manager. Since he's had a couple of victories, he's been spending all of his time in the back room.
Treble 20 for double 8. Yeah, 76 left. now, so a 138 opportunity,
Darryl, you require 138.
if you can call it that, from Darryl Fitton.
Would have been 2 treble 19s. That was the target. 2 of those would have left a double that I think has turned this match.
42.
Misses on double
Danny,
12
you require
for
40.
Noppert. Hits for Fitton.
2 10s for a 2-leg lead. 2 5s.
Game shot on the second leg.
When he misses,
Danny Noppert.
they don't stay missed, do they?
Third leg, it's Danny to throw first. Game on.
He's rarely punished for a missed double. He was, of course, in the deciding leg of that last set. Missed tops for the set. But otherwise,
85.
if he aims at a double, he wins the leg.
He's pretty much similar against Scott Waits as well. I'll tell you what as well, the crowd are all sitting down right now. The last set they weren't. It's all gone quiet at Lakeside.
First to 6, remember, through to what will be, for either of them, a first Lakeside final. Tony O'Shea, if you're just joining us, is here for the 15th year in a row. Tony O'Shea, Darryl Fitton, I should say. It's been a long week. Lost to Tony O'Shea, his good mate, in the semi-finals in 2009. It was the last time we reached this stage.
That can't have been an easy game for either of those guys.
Well, I remember talking to them about it. They said it really wasn't.
It's probably easier playing against someone from a different country
100
that you don't know a great deal about. You obviously know a little bit about Danny, but these Dutch-English rivalries, there's just so many of them now. It's almost like a fight for superiority in the darting world. Who's the best, the English or the Dutch? And potentially now, the Scottish are definitely weighing in on that, and the Welsh.
No question. GB Holland. Just how we like it.
That would make a pretty good Ryder Cup style format, wouldn't it?
116 for the set for Danny Noppert. He can still finish with a treble 20 and a double 18 for a 116, and the set
80.
Well, he needs to pull something out of the bag again. Shanghai 20s. Bobby George was talking about it at the top of the programme. Treble 20 has been hit. Single 20. Yes, please. He's got that, 80. But he misses the double top. So Noppert for the set.
36.
Two missed double 18s. Switches to double 9. Once again, isn't punished for a couple of missed doubles.
First leg, it's Darryl to throw first. Game on.
And he's a full set ahead again. The third seed, Danny Noppert, 26 years of age. Darryl is 54.
135.
He's been coming to Lakeside every year since his 30s.
So Danny would have been around 11 years of age
96
when Darryl made his debut here.
Exactly that. Two in. Is this maximum? Number 6 for Darryl Fitton. You bet it is. Number 9 of the match.
One of my favourite darting statistics about age. It was a few years ago now, when a young man by the name of James Hubbard played Phil Taylor at the Grand Slam of darts, and they said by the time James was born, Phil Taylor already had 2 world titles.
134.
Decent leg of darts this from Darryl Fitton. Start of the 6th set.
Darryl, you require 52.
This is for an 11 darter. Oh dear, he missed the fat 12. So just the 1 dart at tops for a 12 darter.
On the first leg, Darryl Fitton. Second leg, Danny throwing first.
I'll tell you what, in future legs, if he misses the single and he's still got 1 dart at a double, it's nothing to panic about, because he's done that twice now.
177.
Brilliant start from Danny Noppert. That 9 that appears next to his name means that he's on for the perfect leg of darts. A 9 darter.
180.
Not seen on the Lakeside stage since 1990. Noppert can't do it anymore this leg, but Darryl Fitton still can.
60.
He hit 2 straight maximums yesterday, then the 7th, but missed with the 8th dart. Not to be this time.
135.
But again, a good visit. 186 left after 6 darts. The standard's going up, you know.
Certainly is. They're starting to find their range a little bit more in this 6th set. And I thought if anybody was going to hit a 9-darter here this week, it was going to be Darryl, because he does have experience of hitting a 9-dart leg on TV. Has done it at the Zydedown Masters. He got close, closer than anybody has this week.
56.
What are you thinking as a darts player when you hit 180, 180, and you're 1-4-1 left, and you know that whatever happens, it's a little bit of darting history if you can pull it off?
Honestly, the one thing you're thinking is get the 7th. That's the hardest one, because you don't think about the 9-darter when you get the first 180. You don't think about it when you get the second one, but you do in the next visit.
Needs treble 20 for a bullseye here, and Noppert's on 88.
94.
Good last dart.
88.
Noppert might have to cancel that cab if he hits double 14. Double 7.
74.
Not to be. So Fitton comes back, and he could put himself in a really good position if he hits his double 18 to go 2-0 in the set.
For a breaker throw.
Darryl, you require 36.
For a 13-dart leg. And for a 2-leg lead. Double 9. That landed in Hampshire.
18.
And so, I'm afraid, did that.
Danny, you require 14.
He's not going to split it. He's going to go straight for it.
Getting
Why not?
shot on the second
Fearless
leg.
darts.
Danny Noppert.
Danny Noppert takes advantage of the misses from the Dazzler.
Third leg, it's
And what
Darryl
could have
to
been
throw first.
a nice
Game
little
on.
cushion for Fitton in this set. It's now turning into a battle.
There he is again, John Lockham, the Dutch team manager. How much coaching does go on in the game of darts?
More so these days. If you'd asked that question about 15, 16 years ago, I'd have said none. But nowadays you've got academies, you've got
123.
good managers, good coaches, especially in the Netherlands. People like Mark Webster, former Lakeside champion, he's been seeing a coach called Steve Feeney, someone who's worked with snooker players like Stuart Bingham, who's won the world title, just looking at lines and line of sight, things like that, just trying to squeeze that lemon for a little bit more than what you've got. Definitely paid dividends to some of those guys.
No problems, you would think, for Fitton in this particular leg. 223.
45. Darryl, you require 141.
And that's not a very big bite out of that from Noppert. So, treble 19, double 12. He will be back.
89.
At least once.
Big gap in this leg. Noppert is probably in his own head giving it up. He'll be thinking about the next leg already.
57. Darryl, you require 52.
Treble 12 for double 8. Yes, nicely done.
Darryl Fitton. Fourth leg, Danny throwing first.
Lakeside loving that. We really do have a match on here.
I'm very glad we've got a match on here.
134.
For the crowd's sake. People getting involved now from the camps. They know it's crunch time.
There's the Fitton camp. Daughters Sarah and Michelle. They've got the hardest job this afternoon.
79.
Living every dart, but not able to do anything about it.
I can't say from experience because I've never watched any of my relatives actually play darts on the stage, but I've been told by my friends and family that it's horrendous. I've watched friends, and that's hard enough.
100.
Such a big
60.
man, and he's almost like he's caressing the dart as he holds it, preparing to release Darryl Fitton.
Completely the opposite of Scott Waite. When Scott holds it, it looks like he's got it by the scruff of the neck.
Yeah,
but with
take
Darryl,
this dart.
It just tickles it. Really lightly placed in a very solid grip.
Holding it like a newborn baby.
28.
Such delicate grip. Like he loves the dart. And what's not to love when they go in that red bit?
140. Danny, you require 160.
Favourite for the set now, unless Danny Noppert can take out 160. It's still on. 6 of the 8 20s have been gone.
120.
That's twice it tops.
You require 67.
He's had the last couple of legs, and both of them have gone high. So this place will go bananas if Darryl Fitton can take the remaining 50 off in this leg. Double top for the set. Oh yeah! 3-3. Fitton gives it the gesture. We're level.
Again, still, Danny Noppert has not been behind at Lakeside all week, but he's not been in a battle like this either. Lakeside love the Dazzler. He loves a battle. It's 3 legs apiece.
What a match and what an afternoon. Brilliant live drama here on Channel 4. They're all square. What a match. It's all square. Danny Crates is down with the Darryl Fitton fan club.
I'm not only down with the fan club, I'm down with the family. I'm down with Darryl's daughter, Michelle, and he put you through it in the quarterfinals, didn't he, Michelle? And he's doing it again.
He did, yeah, he did. Hopefully he's going to do what he did in the quarters and get through this one.
How much would it mean to your dad to get into the finals here at the Lakeside? I mean, he's been here for so long. He's one of the crowd's favourites.
It's one that he's always wanted to win. So hopefully it's going to be his year and we're going to do it.
We all want it to be the Dazzler's year, and he's back out on the stage now.
He certainly is, and we have a change in the commentary box. Paul Nicholson's having a break, and John Rawling is now sitting alongside Vassos.
And what a game we've got on our hands now, Vassos. So just, sitting at the back, tweeting a few people and exchanging views, and Wayne Mardle and John Part joining in the banter and talking between each other. And they were saying that if Darryl goes on to win this match, that maximum followed by the 156 checkout has to go down in darting histories as one of the great darts checkouts. You know, that's from his peers who are saying that and recognizing that it was just a fabulous moment, and it's a moment which has got him right back into it, because I was sitting there at him 2-0 down thinking, well, if this goes on, you know, you could see it being 6-1, 6-zip, who knows? But, you know, I mean, serious guts and serious bravery to take that checkout out. Great respect.
If you're just joining us, the situation was Danny Noppert leading by 2-0. He had taken a...
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. 7th set, first leg, it's Danny throwing first.
Taken a 2-1 lead in the 3rd set. Fitton hit back, with Noppert waiting on a double. Fitton hit 156 to take the set against the darts. Followed it up by winning the 4th set, and now just a moment ago the 6th. So there's still no separating them. But it was a huge momentum changer in the context of this match. And as you say, John, he preceded that 156, the 2 treble 20s and a double 18, with a maximum to leave himself a finish.
100.
Yeah, it was a great moment, but how is it going to pan out? The Dutch, of course, hoping that this new young sensation can prevail.
121.
I think the bulk of the crowd are in the Fitton camp. He's a very popular figure, 54 years old now, been around a long time, but he can still throw. But look at this from Noppert.
140.
You're right, if Fitton wins, the Lakeside crowd goes right bananas.
Great atmosphere in here today. They are loving this game, living every dart with the lads up on the stage. Look at that, rapt attention.
21.
Treble 20 for double 18.
Well, no finish for Fitton. All he can do is try and hit a big number and just hope that Noppert twitches and gives him an opportunity. Well, this is what he wanted. That's very, very handy indeed. 2 treble 19s. Oh, what a visit, what a visit, and what a setup. That is brilliant.
2 darts at double top, but they're under pressure. Oh, he's very, very good, isn't he? He's very, very cool under pressure. He hits the doubles when he needs to.
14 dart leg. And Fitton had turned the screw and made it a must-take. I do like the look of Noppert. He's a very cool customer.
96.
Whether it helps him that he doesn't have great English, I don't know, but he seems so unaware of, or so composed, if you like. Unaware is not the right word, but just seems to be able to block out extraneous influences.
83.
Just calmly going about his business like he has done all week.
He's an uncomplicated style, which serves him well in pressure situations. And is a really good addition to the darting world.
95.
First big tournament here, first visit to this World Championship. Win or lose here, he's acquitted himself really well.
96.
Like we mentioned during the first couple of sets, this time last year, very few people had heard of Danny Noppert.
Well, there'd been a fair few who were turning up this year and seeing him up there in the betting before the tournament began. I think he was second favourite before a dart was thrown, and thinking, who's this guy? This man they did know, and he was 33-1 before the tournament started. So if he were to win, there'd be 1 or 2 pleasant little flutters which would be coming home. The on-site bookies will be wincing if they're hearing me say that.
Treble 20 for Bull. It's not the worst checkout, you know, the 1-2-6.
It isn't. He'll be looking at 19s.
26.
4 of them would be very handy. Needs a treble now for the Bull. He's got it. Bullseye for 126 for the break of throw. Ooh, good effort, not quite.
Darryl requires 72.
To hold his throw and level the set. 2 darts at double 6. Right at the bottom of the board now, double 3.
69.
Horrible double.
Danny
Got 1 double 1 if he gets back, and that's a sizable if. He'll go 1 double 12.
He hasn't hit double 12 yet. Still hasn't. Danny Noppert.
He's not hit double 6 either. They all say the 1's harder than the double 1. Darryl, a little bit tongue-in-cheek, said it's his favourite double earlier in the week because he winds up on it so often. Here we go, double 1. Not his favourite this time.
Danny, you require 12.
Double 6, you don't expect him to miss, and
Danny Noppert.
he duly obliges and takes a 2-leg lead. That was a break of throw, so Noppert with the darts. He's still never been behind, you know, John.
No, it kind of nipped under the radar, that, didn't it? But it was a really significant moment, and he's throwing for the set now, and for a 4-3 advantage.
96.
You see in that facial reaction that it was a key moment.
'86. '96.
So much experience, Fitton. He's going to have to really dip into that reservoir of knowledge. Vladimir Putin, a darts fan.
'99.
Love seeing the fancy dress outfits which turn up. People take a lot of pride and fun in it.
41.
And a fair number of cognoscenti here as well, who really understand the nuances of this game. A few cogs turning.
58.
Well, the upshot of it all is that he's 152 points away from the set, and Darryl Fitton just at the moment isn't putting him under pressure, but that might change if he can persuade that last one in.
180!
His 8th maximum of this semi-final.
11 in the match altogether to this point. Decent response from Noppert and a nice setup, so now Fitton with a chance. Important moment again.
Treble 19 would have left double 18, but he strayed into the treble 3.
49.
So is Noppert going to close out the set now? 56 he wants. There's the 16 now, tops. He's missed a few up on this part of the board. Double 10.
Game shot on the 7th set.
Oh yes.
Danny Noppert.
4-3 up.
First leg, it's Darryl to throw first. Game
And he
on.
moves just a step closer.
Third time he's won a set 3-0.
95.
They've all been with the darts though, so just the one breaker throw, and Darryl will just think, hold your throw, level again, 4 apiece, but here goes Noppert on the maximum hunt. That was his 4th of this match, Danny Noppert.
100.
Steady response from Darryl Fitton, but Noppert already with the set advantage and with a great opportunity here to press on towards a potential break of throw. He didn't need that treble 3.
The closer we get to the finishing line, the more important the sets become, and he has come back from 2 sets down before Darryl Fitton, but he doesn't want to fall 2 down with 3 to play.
He's a temperament though, hasn't he? He's a solid temperament. He withstood a late surge from Scott Waits in the quarterfinal, maintained his form and saw himself through to this match.
100. Danny, you require 136.
Well,
Good
if
moves.
this was a boxing match, it would be a bit of a tear-up just at the moment.
If that was done for
96.
my benefit, I
Darryl,
like a nice
158.
boxing match. Good one tonight with James de Gale trying to prove he's the best super middleweight in the world against Badu Jack.
58. Danny, you require 40.
To break the throw. One more.
Game shot on the first leg. Danny Noppert.
Jackie there.
Second leg, it's Danny
cheering on.
Game on.
The Netherlands thrower. He's Belgian actually, Danny, but it's next door. The Low Countries.
He does. He supports the Dutch players almost as passionately as he supports the Belgians. Does Jackie? He's been coming for longer than Darryl Fitton to Lakeside.
He's a massive darts fan, isn't he?
100.
And, I think it's fair to say that Jackie is also a significant party animal.
Ain't that the truth?
Is that a euphemism? I think so.
Fitton with problems here, having been broken in the first leg of that set, the 8th. Trying to find a way to break back.
Yeah, this could be slipping away from Darryl if he doesn't find this break back soon. Noppert just continues to plug away.
99.
A bit reminiscent of the Canadian Jeff Smith in both style and temperament, I think, Danny Noppert.
100.
Maximum number 9 for Big Darryl.
94 left after 9 darts.
They'll be dancing in the streets of Urmston if he wins
40.
this.
Darryl, you require 94.
They do anyway.
Treble 20 for double 8.
78.
He will be back with another look at that double 8.
That's not good. There's 3 of them. Solid 200 now. Still not on a finish.
43.
Well, just about, but this is a great chance for Darryl.
Game shot on the second leg.
Well done, Darryl.
Third leg, it's
His
Darryl
family
to throw first.
and
Game on.
army of supporters in good voice and still believing. Place in the final to face either Jamie Hughes or Glenn Durrant. That's the match this evening. It'll be a pretty quick turnaround if this one goes the distance.
Excellent first dart from Danny Noppert. This is brilliant.
140.
Pouncing all over the 60 from Fitton to start this leg.
It
was an interesting crowd shot a few moments ago, isn't it? Not often you mention Jim Bowen and Prince in the same sentence.
100.
There he is, Jackie. During Fitton's match against DeVos yesterday, Jackie was up and down, cheering and holding his head in his hands.
140.
You'd be thinking he'd be sending messages from Planet Bonkers looking at him for the first time, but he knows the sport, really does.
140.
Excellent, excellent leg of darts from Danny Noppert so far. Ton 40, ton 40.
Let's see if he can get the break when he comes back. 121 rather, always a favoured option of these players. He'll be looking for treble 20 with the first start. He's got it. And now moving on for a bull. Oh yes, oh yes. 121, and that is again a tremendous moment and a tremendous checkout from Danny Noppert. A break, 2-1 up, 4-3 up in sets.
You have to admire his bottle, his nerves, and his ability
100.
to cope under pressure.
cool, isn't he?
First ball checkout we've seen in this semi-final for a 1-2-1, and what it means is Darryl Fitton needs to break straight back. It's not a bad start, is it? Or he's 2 sets down again.
He's whacking those big scores. He's always been a heavy 180 man, as Darryl Fitton. His Achilles heel so often has been the checkouts. Not too bad today, still with a 34% rate as against Noppert's 37%.
He missed his first 7, did Darryl, so since then
150.
he's done all right.
And
His average is higher.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's just outscoring him as well by not a significant amount, but he is doing nevertheless. But the stats which really matter are those on your screen
56.
now. They take a break at the end of this set. So is it going to be 5-3? Or will it be 4 apiece? He's got a good chance here of the break again. Fitton, the swapping breaks. Like a ping-pong match. It's just being whacked back and forth between the two of them.
Yeah, all 3 legs so far have gone against the darts in this set, the 8th.
Always does that, doesn't he? A little idiosyncratic tapping of the dart from Darryl. There's a 25.
16 for tops then.
You'd assume. Here we go. Yes, oh yes. Good darts, important darts. And it's parity once more, and Fitton with the darts to make it 4 apiece.
Well, 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 what a big leg of darts this is. Good last dart.
It certainly was. It's turning out and building towards what could be a thrilling climax, this match. Still, I'm sure, a lot of twists and turns still to go. Fitton in a good position now to get back onto level terms.
98.
Just the wrong side of the wire if you're a Fitton fan. That last dart into the treble 7, not the treble 19. Steady ton from Noppert. All of these visits so crucial in a leg like this. Such a huge difference between 5-3 and 4-all.
Yeah,
goes without saying, but in a race to 6,
140.
it's a long way back against a consistent player like Danny Noppert.
It's psychological, isn't it? You know, if you go to the break and you've got just knowing you've got to take everything, then that is pretty horrendous. But 4-all, you're thinking, yeah, okay, well, he's had his moments, but I can still win this one. And Fitton moving on to a finish now.
100.
Steady ton.
On for a 14 dart leg to hold. If he can take that 82 out in 2 darts, which would be outstanding.
100.
But Noppert is snapping at his heels, isn't he, now? A 42, can he do it? I think he's looking at the bullseye. Well, he wanted that for double 16, now he's left double 7.
68.
Oh, that could be painful.
Danny, you require 100.
Oh, look at Michelle. She can't watch as Danny Noppert lines up 101 for a 2-set lead. The treble 19 leaves a double 12 for 5-3.
Game shot on the
That
outside.
is
Danny Noppert.
outstanding from Danny Noppert. A big, big finish just when he needed it. And that thumbs up. I think he thinks he's broken the back of this semi-final. He's only 1 set away now. 5-3. Noppert leads Fitton.
The thumbs up and the fist pump from Danny Noppert. He is almost there. The Dazzler has it all to do. crowd are desperate for Fitton to find a way back into this match, but Danny Noppert is almost there into a first World Championship final. Let's get straight back to commentary.
Yes, it's his first World Championship semi-final. 24 hours after his first World Championship quarter-final, which was a couple of days after his first World Championship second-round match.
It's in turn.
Basically, it's his Lakeside debut, Danny Noppert. He's the third seed. He's on form, on fire to take out that 101 and a 5-3 lead.
I know there's, sorry, Vassos, I know there's going to be people who are watching and thinking, you know, 101. People do it all the time, but it, you know, and what was good about it was in the context of the match. Okay, it's a 101, which you do see many times, but when it's at that stage of the match, taking it out showed nerves, and it kind of underlined the fact that we've got a guy who's emerging here in these championships who is a significant player.
Being put under pressure by Darryl Fitton, who just missed double 7 for the set. Noppert had missed 5 darts in a row at double 12, which is one of his favourite doubles. He takes out 25 with 1 double 12, but he'd failed to do it 5 times. Had 1 dart at double 12 and hit it. Brilliant start to this set from Noppert as well. Ton 40, ton 80. Wow.
And his 5th maximum, and Darryl responds with his 11th.
Good fun here at Lakeside, isn't it?
Sure is.
100.
Well, it's practically impossible to break a player who can take out a leg in 12 darts or less.
140.
And that's what Danny Noppert's doing here.
Potential 11 darter. Treble 19 he's looking for. He's not got it now. He's going for 12, I think. So double 13, because he's got the treble. A single would have left him bull. He's just checking, but he's on double 13. Oh yes, oh yes. He can see that finishing line now, and that eases him closer to it. And there's the Dutch team manager, who's going to be happy with what his man is doing up there.
100.
3 times out of 4. When he's thrown first, he's won the set 3-0. As you say, that finishing line is well within sight now.
96.
I wonder if Glenn Durrant is watching this, because potentially, if he accounts for Jamie Hughes tonight, the #1 seed could be facing Danny Noppert in the final. That'll be an interesting one. Jamie Hughes, of course, will have very different ideas. Could be a good match.
100.
Suddenly, the missed double 7 from Darryl Fitton to level the match at 4 sets all. It's looking like a huge miss.
Well, we said before, didn't we? You know, if you go in at 5-3 down, it's a hell of a lot difference to 4 apiece, because Noppert now only needs 2 more legs, and he's there.
If we've learned anything about Darryl Fitton over the years, the 15 years he's been coming to Lakeside, is that he's a real scrapper and never knows when he's beaten. But I wonder, does he think he wins it from here?
He'll keep on pitching, you can be sure of that. There's not a lot he can do about the overall. You know, you don't look at the finishing line when you're in that position. He'd be saying, and you know, any darts player would say, you just got to take it 1 leg at a time. He's just got to keep on finding his best darts and keep on hanging in there. Noppert's up first to a finish, though.
Slightly carelessly, Darryl Fitton's left 166, which cannot be taken out in 3 darts, one of the bogey numbers. So, to move to within a leg of the World Championship final. They call it Shanghai when it's triple, single, double on the same number. It's almost always 20s. Needs the treble. No, so Darryl Fitton will be back, and he will need to take out 68.
Shanghai, a famous old pub game, of course, for the uninitiated. 16 now for double 16. To hold his throw. Oh,
52.
and Noppert can punish him now.
Danny required 20.
Smiling already.
Game shot on the second.
And that's why.
Danny Noppert.
I think what you said at the end of that last set, Vassos, when he got that 1-0, was it 101 checkout? I think that then was the moment that he did psychologically think that he'd broken the back of the match and was moving towards the finish, and now he's got the darts to do precisely that and take his place in the final.
99.
Steady start from the Dutchman. Fitton must break, then hold, then break again.
Massive ask, isn't it? And you can't, in all honesty, see it happening. The crowd would go bonkers if he manages to get a break. But will he? Can he? This is a visible
140.
explanation of his desire.
Such small margins.
140.
He's averaging higher, Darryl Fitton. Their checkout percentage is round about the same. But he is on the brink of a third Lakeside World Championship semi-final defeat. This is for the match.
137 for this brilliant young Dutchman. He's done the first part of it. He can't do it this time, but he will return.
97.
He's got darts in his hand because Fitton not on a finish. He'll come back wanting double tops. Fitton 220. That makes it 160.
83.
But now it can be all over.
40.
One dart at the red bit at the top of the board. Now double 10 for a place in the final.
Game,
there
shot,
it is.
And the match. Danny Noppert.
And you have to say, that is brilliant from Danny Noppert, the third seed. Nerveless. Fitton put him under all sorts of pressure, but he did not wobble. A debutant at Lakeside, a finalist at Lakeside. Danny Noppert is through to the final.
And through to the Lakeside World Championship final on his debut, Noppie Danny Noppert.
A great effort from the Dazzler, but Noppert is now just one match away from becoming world champion. All the analysis and the interviews after the break.